Welcome back to another video. So today I have a new custom figure that I have to show you. I don't know, that sentence isn't formed well. But yeah, here he is. It is a ruined Monty figure. Looks pretty. He can't really stand up on his own sadly. As you can see, I glued his hands like a weird way. Well, not a weird. I tried gluing them like at the ends of his arms, but it wouldn't work, so I had to super glue them like that, so that now he just can't stand up on his own. But yeah, here he is. Here he is. This is Ruined Monty from FNAF Security Breach. What? FNAF Security Breach. Yeah, here he is. It's Ruined Monty. He looks very good in my opinion. I think I did a great job on him. I did not expect him to come out this good, considering I just made him out of a bunch of pieces of scrap I had lying around, honestly, and just extra pieces from my old customs. Yeah, he came out really good, honestly. The picture of like like 90% of the items I used and materials to use that I made to make this figure, counting, like, obviously I'm not counting the paintbrushes and like all the tools that I had to use to make him and like put them together, but like those are like the parts that I used to actually make the figure itself. But yeah, here he is. Like this part right here, like this orange square or whatever, I got that from like a endoskeleton foot that I had in my extra parts box. The square below it, the like rectangle, I guess you could call it, it's just a piece of wood I cut off a popsicle stick on his torso. I didn't see, like, I couldn't find a picture of Ruined Monty from like a back view, so I just put this like piece on his back. It's from one of my Chica figures. I just had to cut the piece off of it, and so I just used it on here and painted it orange, even though I do not know what the back of this guy looks like. If you're wondering what I used to make the head, I was really confused on what I should do for the head. I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do for his head? Like, what head looks like it? And I'm like, and since I was using a radioactive foxy to make my mimic figure, that I have to use the radioactive foxy, so I ended up using the radioactive foxy's figure head to make this guy. So I cut off his ears, I cut off like the little hair pieces that were on his head, I cut off his like wires or whatever that were coming out of his eyes, cut off his nose and stuff. I cut off his like cheek fur, you know, to make it like that. That's like the hole where his ears were. And yeah, I did some sculpting right here on his jaw, and I don't think I did sculpting really anywhere else other than like the hair pieces and stuff. Oh yeah, and then I used an X-Acto knife to like make it look a bit smoother and stuff. And then for his lower jaw, I didn't really have to do anything. I just kind of made it thicker and like more rectangular, I guess. And then I sculpted on those like circles right there. Pretty hard to actually make it. I don't know why my hand's vibrating so much, I'm sorry. But yeah, here it is. Looks really good, honestly. The head, I think, came out way better than I thought it would come out. The reference that I used to make this guy, it was by, well, you can see the person who made it in the bottom corner of the picture. But yeah, this is the reference I used to make this guy. It was like the person who made it as like a concept for what if Funko were to make it. So I used that as a concept, the reference to make him, because it was a lot simpler than just looking at a picture from him in the game with all the details and dry brushing and stuff, like I don't know, like all the details and stuff that was really confusing. And I just needed to get the like regular body shape down. I just really needed a reference where I can just like outline the body, as you can see I did right there. I do this on a lot of my customs that are really detailed and like kind of crazy looking, so, and have like a bunch of parts on them, so I just need to get a like good basis of what the structure looks like. What I did for his torso, like if you just take off all these little gadgets and stuff off of it, I just used 2 VR Toy Freddy masks. Yep, that's actually correct. I used 2 VR Toy Freddy masks. Like, you can probably see the purple right there, but I used 2 of them, stacked them on top of each other, glued them together, and then I cut off like quarter of one of them. So I made one of them like a lot thinner, because that's just how the scale was of this guy's torso. So I just made one of them a bit thinner, and that worked out perfectly, honestly. It looks amazing. And I had 2 of them left over from like past customs I've made, like when I made my Toy Freddy figure and like my Nightmare Fredbear figure. I had 2 VR masks laying over, so I decided to use that because it worked perfect, you know, the square torso. Nothing extra really for his mouth. I just painted on a couple extra teeth, but that's it. Like you can probably see like on his top teeth in the middle right there, clearly painted on. But yeah, for his arms I used a bunch of, literally they're just made of all the extra pieces that I had in like my extra parts bin. They're not symmetrical or whatever, so they don't look this exact same, and I did that on purpose. But yeah, here they are. So his hands I have from that Mangle bootleg figure that I got that had really like weird hands that were sharp, but it worked perfect for this guy. And then I used the, like, to make his arms, I just used the bootleg and like joints and stuff. You can like slide them out of the casing that they have on their legs. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, you see how Toxic Screen Trap right there, he has a leg and shit. Well, I almost said that word. But like he has a joint right there, so there's like a little rod in their legs that I was able to slide out by cutting off some pieces of the leg, and then I just used that as like an endoskelton thing because it's like pretty detailed and stuff. It's not meant to look like an endoskelton, but it definitely does. So I used that, and then I don't even know what this circular piece is. I just found it, glued it on because, you know, this looks like the like what it does in the reference pictures. It's like a circle, like metal part. So I decided to put that on, and I put one of them next to his hand too. And as you can see, there is a ball joint, so he can move his forearm. He sadly cannot move his elbow though. There was supposed to be articulation there, but the joint was made out of cheap plastic because it's from a bootleg figure. So it broke, so I decided to glue it on. This one, on the other hand, is basically the same as this one. It's just that this part of the arm is actually from Radioactive Foxy. But yeah, he can still move this part of the hand, obviously. And then he has an extra point of articulation right here on his elbow. It's really tight though because of all the paint that I used on it, but it works. Supposed to have like 2 points of articulation on his tail, but I realized like it would not work if I sculpted the tail, so I decided not to. And then I'm like, oh wait, I can just use a hinge. So I tried putting a hinge on there from like another like figure that was in the extra parts bin, and it did not work, so that sucks. He was supposed to have a ball joint for his head. I did not see a ball joint anywhere. I do not know where I do not remember where I put my other ball joints at. So yeah, those are like the only 3 points of articulation that he has, but it's fine. He poses really well anyways. It's just like it'd be better if he could actually stand up, but yeah, he's not really much of an action figure, so that sucks. But he does look really cool in my opinion. The thing is, I always dreaded making this guy. I'm like, oh, I do not want to make him. Like, he's gonna be so much harder to make than all the other Ruin figures. But the crazy thing is, this guy only took me a day to make him. Yeah, no joke, this guy took me a day to make. I'm not even lying. 1 day to make. That might seem pretty crazy, but I don't know. I don't work on any videos for like a week, and I'm like, oh wait, I have to post. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to work my butt off on a custom. And honestly, it was really fun anyways. I liked it. But yeah, he was the easiest Ruin figure to make. Meanwhile, the other 3 took me like 4 days to make each, and one of them was just destroyed my mental health. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. It was just so I think it was Ruin Freddy or whatever. I just went insane, bro. I just started breaking the figure. I'm like, oh wait, actually, I just helped him. Okay, well, there's the hole in his chest. Anyways, that was a year ago, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, he was the easiest one to make, and I thought he'd be the hardest. So here he is. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, please like and subscribe. Please just like and subscribe. I don't know why you wouldn't. You already watched the end, which is actually probably better than liking and subscribing. Please just do it.